It's the time of year when astrologers are making a killing. They give us their predictions for the year ahead about everything ranging from the weather and natural disasters to the love lives of the rich and famous. Joy Yascone-Elms, a well-known astrologer, has now predicted that Leo DiCaprio may actually ditch Gigi Hadid for his ex, Gisele Bündchen. We're going to explore all things Leonardo in this video, so stay with us. First up, what is going on with Leonardo DiCaprio's stars? According to Yascone-Elms, DiCaprio may well pop the question somewhere between now and the end of next year. His stars show that he's ready and willing to settle down. She says he's bound to return to a romantic interest from the past, ranging from the 22nd of July to the 3rd of September 2023. She also says neither Leonardo nor Gisele Bündchen has any idea this will happen. Back in their dating days, Yascone-Elms says Saturn was the interfering force in the area of commitment within a relationship, so it was never going to happen. Leo was not in the mindset or position to commit, and he wasn't displaying that kind of interest either. But the astrologer says he will be moving into a life stage where a deep desire to get married and settle down will undoubtedly become prominent, and it will probably happen in the coming year. The way she sees it playing out is that they will reconnect on a platonic basis once Venus enters retrograde. Love will rekindle for them in the same way it did for Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. Lock, stock, and two smoking barrels. Venus enters retrograde in July, and the love and marriage will probably follow when Jupiter starts to transit Taurus. She says the two of them are highly compatible. She uses the Joaquin Valente chart as an example, where Leo is a Scorpio with a Libra moon, and this is equal to major fireworks. And if you didn't know, Bündchen and DiCaprio had romantic links for 5 years, between 2000 and 2005. When she broke up with Leo, she started dating Tom Brady. They were married for 13 years, but said their goodbyes in October 2022. Coming up in a moment, a body language expert has a look at what Leo's body language tells us about the relationship he is in. Don't go away. Next, what does Leo's body language give away about his relationships? DiCaprio has turned 48, and he has dated heaps of famous, desirable women. But when an expert looked at his body language around Camilla Morrone, he found it speaks volumes. Firstly, the Wolf of Wall Street actor is just as famous for his relationships as he is for his films. He celebrated his birthday on the 11th of November, and up to now, most of his girlfriends have been younger than him. He had 2 lasting relationships, one 5-year attachment with Gisele Bündchen from 2000 to 2005, and one 6-year relationship with Bar Raffaelli, a model from 2005 until 2011. After the Raffaelli breakup, he became a sworn bachelor. Leo is rumored to have dated just about everybody in the limelight, ranging from Rihanna to Blake Lively and probably the entire runway lineup of Victoria's Secret. The graphs started showing a strange correlation between DiCaprio's increasing age and the decreasing age of the women he dated, but this changed when he started dating another drop-dead gorgeous woman, a Spanish-American model and actress, Camilla Morrone. There were almost 23 years between them, and many have said this may be the relationship that finally ties Leonardo DiCaprio down. The two were noticed together over the Christmas season in 2017. They then took off on a whirlwind European excursion a few months later. Reports said this is the woman DiCaprio wanted to marry. Now it seems as if this can actually be true. The relationship is heading toward the 3-year mark, and this makes DiCaprio's longest relationship since he broke up with Raffaelli. Now, a body language expert takes a look. Alan Pease of PeaseInternational.com, a body language expert, took a look at a few photographs and came up with this analysis. How do we know that DiCaprio and Morrone's relationship may actually be the one that anchors one of the world's most prolific bachelors? Apparently, he introduced her to his parents, which was very early on in their relationship, and they approved. The two are now living together in LA, and his body language is vastly different from what it was around his previous girlfriends. If you look at pictures of DiCaprio and Cameron Diaz together, you'll see Diaz holding her arm across her body to shield herself from his wandering eye. In the forefront of her mind, probably his reputation as a ladies' man. Diaz is not a player, at least not to the degree he is, and while they're not touching, they're clearly into each other. Yet Diaz is holding back. She's not ready to believe everything he says to her. DiCaprio's physical appeal is his boyish, symmetrical looks, but if you look at Diaz when she is around him, she tilts her head. She is skeptical. Pease says after studying a whole bunch of DiCaprio photos with ex-girlfriends, he can make a few other deductions. Firstly, he says an open-mouthed smile is DiCaprio's trademark. He uses this feature as a way to gain acceptance and to show he is non-threatening and playful, much like primates do. The way he uses proximity also reveals his intentions. If you take a picture with him and Kelly Rohrbach, for instance, you'll see that she mirrors his expression often. This indicates that she is returning his feelings for her, but she also frequently uses a hand-to-chin gesture as and a negative arm cross, which indicates that she is trying to figure out what to do next because she is insecure. All Leo fans know that brooding stare of his, but what does it mean? Stay with us. We're bringing you an expert opinion in a moment. Also, Leonardo DiCaprio will mirror your expressions. Pictures of him and Rihanna illustrate this best. Between them, there is always some sense of proximity, and both of them use the same masking expression. When people don't want to reveal their emotions or when they want to go unnoticed, they do this, says Alan Pease. They mirror each other's mask a lot of the time. And this means what's going on is a secret, that they're both in on it, and that they feel the same way about it. Bar Raffaele will tell you he will get you on a second date, even if the first one is a flop. If you look at photos of the two of them together, you'll see DiCaprio often takes a male primate pose, his arm draped over a chair and his legs spread to reveal the goods. And he usually sits just far enough away from Raffaele to check out everything on offer. But as you will see in many of the pics, she's simply not falling for it. Pease says as humans, we usually face our feet and bodies in the way we want to go, even when we're standing still. In many of the pics, if you notice the position of her body and feet, you'll see that Raffaele wants to be elsewhere. Pease says that her head is mostly turned toward him, but that is nothing more than acknowledging his presence. Her left arm perpetually creates an invisible barrier between them. All of these micro gestures are a clear indication that boredom is setting in, and that this is no longer a fun date. And Leo will also stare broodingly at you. He was never as obvious with his brooding stare as he was with Gisele Bündchen. His lingering, deep stare is also one of Leo's trademarks. In pics of the two together, you'll see he stands close to Gisele most of the time. He gazes intensely at her, touches her, and allows her to take center stage. He knows this evokes an emotional response in a woman and is well versed in the technique. Leo's relationship with Kirsten Zhang shows us that he likes assertive women. Pics of them show his eyes smiling, which means this is natural, not a camera pose. But when you look at her eyes, you'll see there is mostly nothing going on there. It is almost sadly clear that she is not the woman for him, but it seems for the time being, at least he is happy with her. When they hold hands, her hand is on top, which indicates that she has the upper hand in the relationship. If you want to know more about his birthday bash, watch until the end of the video. And finally, a little more about his birthday bash and who attended. Leo has never ever in his life shied away from a party, not his style. So to celebrate his 48th birthday, he let the Scorpio hang out and hosted an LA birthday spectacle. On a Saturday night, celebrities like Bradley Cooper, Kate Hudson, Rami Malek, Ashton Kutcher, Mick Jagger, Lucy Boynton, LeBron James, and Jamie Foxx arrived at a mansion in Beverly Hills for the occasion. And of course, Leo's longtime sidekick Tobey Maguire was there too. But the celebrity attendee list continues. Rich Paul was there, as were Rebel Wilson and her fiancée Ramona Agruma, and they were joined by Adrian Brody, Nikki Hilton, Stella Maxwell, Evan Ross, and Summer Rae. Inside sources say it was a fantastic party. The catered food, drinks, and music were spectacular, and everybody seemed to have a banger of a time. Phones were left in secure bags before guests could come in, and this managed to keep the entire night off social media. Gigi Hadid also attended her sister Bella's birthday party around a week later, and either absent or not photographed at the venue was Leo DiCaprio. Gigi and Leo were photographed in September at a New York Fashion Week party and in Paris the next month, and then they attended an LA Halloween party together. They arrived together and were joined by Bella, Irin Sheikh, and Heli Namad, the art dealer. A secure inside source said earlier this month that DiCaprio and Hadid really enjoy each other's company and that they get together in New York City whenever the opportunity arises. According to the source, the model is only having fun dating Leonardo DiCaprio. There is apparently nothing serious there. So was Joy Yascone Elms, the famous astrologer, right? Is this thing between Gigi Hadid and Leo DiCaprio simply a lighthearted fling? Will he get serious with Gisele Bündchen in the new year? All we can say is wait and see. And knowing DiCaprio's history, whatever you do, don't hold your breath. And that is how we end the video, folks. Thanks for staying with us. Hit follow, like, and subscribe. And look out for our next contribution. See you in the next one.